Good afternoon. I'm Ivy Ang, and I will be the examiner for this conversation.
Hi, my name is Joanne Tan. I'll be the one answering her question.
Hi, Jan.
Hi, V.
How are you?
I'm fine.
May I know where do you live?
I live in Penang, in a region called Bayang Lepas. It's near the airport.
I see. What are your hobbies?
My hobbies basically is doing like painting, drawing, or doing DIY projects, those small mini. Or if I have the time, I would like to practice martial arts like judo and Muay Thai if I had the time.
I see. So what did you do last weekend?
So my last weekend, basically, since I'm a veterinary student, a fourth year, so my last weekend is pretty much preoccupied with a rotation in the hospital, where I have to go there around 8 o'clock in the morning, and starting from 8, I have to start the treatment of the animal, taking care of, cleaning the waste, and then cleaning the wound, and then monitoring them. Then in the afternoon, I have to check their fluid therapy, and at night, I have to repeat the whole process again. So basically, my weekend is spent in the hospital.
I see. So you have told me that you are a veterinary student. So what will your job in the future be?
My job in the future be like, I think I probably will be a small animal practitioner. Probably I'll be working in a clinic without seeing daylight, working for 24 hours from morning till night, tendering the animal, and I think I'll die faster than animal. So I believe that is my future, like mostly working, I think.
I see. Great to know about you, Joanne.
Yes.
So we'll enter the part two,
All right.
and you're given 1 minute to think about this topic. So please describe a zoo or wildlife park you have visited that has impressed you.
Uh, okay. So recently I had my wildlife practical in overseas, that is in Hong Kong, and the park that is named is Ocean Park. So basically, they had a lot of marine mammals over there, marine animals. Though they have some marsupials such as like koala, kangaroo, wallabies over there. And from what I have visited them, is the management over there in Hong Kong is so much different from Malaysia. I've been to Malaysia such as A Famosa Zoo in Melaka and also in Zoo Negara. And by comparing them, I think the zoo in Hong Kong are much more, how to say, like much more well managed. They have all the animals there. They had like basically one to one with their trainers. So their relationship with the trainers is very good. They are well trained. Their welfare is very good. You can't. Their cage is also very clean enclosure. What they feed, their management regime is very good. Like up to date, and they don't need to, how to say, normally if you want to check whether the animal is doing well or not, you have to sedate the animal or tranquilize the animal, because these are wildlife animals. However, from what I see in a practice in Hong Kong, they do not really stress out the animal by doing tranquilization, because all these animals are well trained, because every day they spend at least few hours communicating with the trainers. They have like the trainers is, every personal trainer will train them. Okay, I give you a treat, you then, if they manage to perform a task on act well, then they will be rewarded with treats. So by giving the treats, they actually learn something. So basically, when the animal are about to go for any like a medical checkup, they will like, the trainer will just like blow the whistle, giving them the signal, okay, it's time for you to do a trick, and then they will perform it. So it's very easy, you don't have to sedate the animal. That is something that I think what Malaysia should be practicing as well. But unfortunately, we do not have the enthusiasm over the people with enthusiasm there. We do not have the money to do so, or the time, and so yeah.
It sounds very fun to have the practicals in Hong Kong. So what do you think are the benefits of keeping animals in the zoo?
The benefits of keeping animals zoo, I think, is mainly more to the education and awareness. is like to show normally to the public, because purpose of animal in the zoo is to display to the public, and is to actually teach those of the younger generation like, okay, this is what animal, what is the elephant, rather than them like learning the animals from the television or from the book, because you will never know this animal will just go extinct in any time. So I think it's mainly more of education purposes. Besides, the minority will be like probably something like an entertainment, something like people would like to go to for the during their weekends, family time, spend, you go to the zoo to see the animals with your parents and create some memories. And other than that, what are the benefits is that in a way we also can help preventing all the animals from being extinct, because when you keep an animal in a zoo, there are veterinarians in the zoo, so they can basically they can do research of the animal in a zoo by like uh, behavior observation. Some and wildlife we don't have much data about them, so they can do behavior observation. They can do breeding, see how they breed, and what are their tendency. Are they nocturnal animals or are they morning animals? I don't know what does it call. And you can study a lot of animals by keeping them in the zoo. It's like mutualism. The animal can feed off, the animal can live off, and then we also can study about them.
Mm,
Yeah.
I see. So, do you think that the benefits of keeping animals in the zoo outweigh the drawbacks, and why?
I think this is a very subjective question, because in the end, all it depends is on the management. The management of the zoo must be good. If the management of the zoo is good, the welfare of the animal is taken care of. The animal is basically not living in a pile of shit, and they are given the medical treatment that needed. They given the food and water and whatever that they needed. Then I think it's good, because the animal would not be basically when the animal is zoo, they are free from the predators. They're free from any danger or any harm, because there's a cage, an enclosure built up for them. So basically, they are just safe. And outside in the wildlife right now, in Malaysia is not safe, because there are poachers. People are hunting for the animal. There are illegal wildlife trading. People are just killing to trade to other countries. So I think it's right now it's not safe for wildlife to be in the forest or anything. And basically, in my opinion, I think there's a lot of benefit in the zoo. I mean, for the animals to be in the zoo.
I see. So, which part of department did you think that is have to taken care of this wildlife in the zoo?
So when it comes to take care of wildlife in zoo, I think we should like apply something called like One Health. Not only the not only the veterinary side that has to take care of the animal, the environmental where perhelatan is playing a big role. They must ensure that the forest is safe. There is no illegal logging. When there's illegal logging, there will be habitat loss. When there be habitat loss, then where the animal goes into a rural area, into village people, and then there will be like a clash between the animal and the human, because the animal are basically like eating their food because they have no more food resources. So perkhidmatan is playing a major role in making sure that all of this does not happen. One step wrong and everything will follow up in the future. And another one that should be playing a role, I think, is the veterinary department, of course, the Department of Veterinary Service, DVS. They should always ensure, like keeping track of the amount of wildlife. Every time do statistic, keep doing statistic. Right now, the statistic of our wildlife is just like we don't know what happened in wildlife right now. The latest update of the amount of tiger in Malaysia, how many we don't even know, because they can't. I mean, they did not do much research of it. Like we don't even know how much of wildlife we have in Malaysia right now. So I think they have a part in doing to keep monitoring of the animals, to keep going in the forest to check whether there's any trap, is there any animals in the trap dying because they got caught in the trap. So I think they are so besides the public, yes.
I see. So, can you explain to me what's the role of veterinarians in the zoo?
So the roles of veteran, there are actually a lot of roles being played in a veterinarians in the zoo. Like I said, the first thing is like, bes- I mean, giving animal medical treatment, like what they need. Like if the animal is sick, the first person they should bring the animal to is the veterinarian. And then also the veterinarian is also mainly responsible for the nutrition the animal is supposed to have. You can't give an elephant a meat for them to eat every day. That is not their diet. So what a veterinarian should do is they should advise to the trainers and managers like what they should feed to the animals every day, and then make sure they maintain the animal diet, make sure they don't go too fat, because normally animals in the zoo, they are basically very fat because they are not, they're being eating, but they do not have any enrichment for them to play around. So, and then besides of that is also, the veterinary should, play a role by doing research and publish small books so that people around the world would know what's the behavior of this animal in wildlife. I mean, not only in captivity, but also know more about the animal, because there are not much book about wildlife compared to, if you compare with dogs and cats, they are plentiful, you can find in the library, but not on wildlife. And also the veterinarian should be like advocate. They should be like someone that, telling about spreading the awareness that, while the wildlife is really being like deeply niche, they are extinct, they are getting extinct over time. So veterinarians should like, giving awareness to the public that, we should the public should play a role in conserving the animal. We should save trees, recycle, do anyhow to make sure that forests are not being illegally logged.
I see. It's a very good conversation with you.
All right.
So thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Okay.